Hey guys. Oh, what a night. What a day. Alright, so yesterday I made a video, watched the last video, and it's all about the doctors pulling me out. I said something that the only thing is Christ and Christ, right? Now, what I mean by that, and I want to get into it, I gotta give you my frame, my mind, and the outlook in the world. Okay, since I was born, I've been dealing with ETs, extraterrestrials. Okay, since I was about 30, 40, 35, 40 years, it was all extraterrestrials and spiritual shit down here. I was never religious. Over my life, I was about 16 years old, I finally decided all religions are bullshit. I asked the extraterrestrials one day, and not necessarily face to face, but it was more like I asked my soul, which was with the extraterrestrials. I go, what's religion? And they said, it's an earth insanity. And I'm like, oh, I already knew that. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. And they said it's an earth insanity. And I also got the message, Earth is about the only place they've ever found with a culture that has multiple religions. And it's all false. There's only one way. And there's only one way to be. There's only one path to follow. Now, which is natural law. Now I know it's called natural law, but I didn't know back then. Back then, I just knew it as the way, right? Which I was already in, but I didn't know it. I didn't know all the terms and shit, okay? I just knew it. I was already a part of it. But to give it a name or a label, I didn't know it was called natural law, universal law. Nowadays, Christ is natural law. Religion on the earth in the flesh is made to keep you enslaved in an ideology, to keep you owned by the people who are preaching it. I talk to Christ now for the last 7 years. He don't condone religion. But it's such a fine, complicated line between the two, between Christ consciousness, and Christs that are in it. The lower you go, the Christ's Bible thumpers. The higher you go, the Christ I've met, they're like, yeah, it's insane down there. I don't know how you deal with it. Religion is bullshit. Religion is bullshit. They all live like natural law, just like the aliens in the spirit world. But the lower you go, so you're at level 1, level 2, hardcore religion. Now the lower guys, the lower Christs, interact with the people here. Because level 1, here's reality where you live in the box. The lower Christs, level 1, deal with all the fucking people down here. Alright? You're alcoholics, you're preaching, you're all your stuff. When you get up to like 9, and then you go into the light, all these guys, they're all out there, cosmos, man. They're all natural law. I'm at level 3, and they're telling me, yeah, it's all bullshit. They hate it. The guy in Christendom, he hates it. He actually got violent. He actually got angry. Not violent, but he got angry, like pissed, redlined, right in front of me about religion on the earth. He redlined. He's a Christ in Christendom. He's a soldier. He knows all this shit. He redlined right in front of me when I was talking to him. I go, what do you think about religion? Red. That's what he thinks about it. Religion on the earth. And almost every other Christ I've talked to from level 3 up don't like it. Any religion. Now, yesterday when I was having my exploding links scenario. I'm laying in bed, and I checked out. All of a sudden, I'm in, and I'm just gonna say it for whatever the fuck it's worth, because I want to show you. I want to give you a read about what Christ told me about other religions and what's going on and my place in it. This is not standard. I think it's standard, but it was different because I was in it. Okay, just gotta remember that. So I'm sleeping. I fall asleep while the doctors are pulling stuff in and out of my head. I fall asleep, and I'm standing. No, actually, they weren't pulling anything out of my head. This is after all the procedure was done. I took an Advil and fell asleep for like a half an hour. All of a sudden, I find myself, I'm standing with two girls, and they got the hobjobs on, and they're Muslim. And I don't know if they're Islam. I don't know. But they were Muslim. But anyway, every time they went to the bathroom or did something, had a bath or a shower or whatever, the pipes, the walls in the bathroom and the pipes would start banging. Now, I had experiences like this myself, okay? In houses and haunted houses and stuff where I lived and stuff, exactly the same. So these two girls were afraid to go to the bathroom. Every time they went in the bathroom, this fucking started. And I guess they just moved into this apartment from my initial read. They just moved into this apartment and all this stuff started happening. So I knew they were being haunted by entities, more probably angry energies, right? Usually that's what it is. Or something thereof. The energies in the walls were reacting with the entity. I don't know. I can explain it in real detail, but I really don't want to right now because it's going off the point. Anyway, they're being haunted, and the haunting was reacting to them when they went into this room, just like you see it on Ghost Adventures. Now, the only thing different was these people were Muslim. Okay, now I don't really care about any religion. To me, I look at the earth as all the religions on the earth, all the sects from all them religions, add politics, add money, greed, and watch the fight. I'm out of it. That's the way I look at it. Now, in this dream, these two girls were screaming for help. Okay? Just help. I came down and I saw the pounding on the walls and all that, and I could see the energy in the walls was reacting to them being in the room. So I reach up and I grab between the girls, I grab the pipe and I'm holding it like that, and I'm keeping the energy at bay. All right, and then the energy's hitting me harder and harder, and I just push it back in this one pipe because it was coming off the pipe. The pounding was coming off the pipe. I'm holding it back, and all of a sudden these two guys, they scream for help. These two guys come running, and I guess boyfriends, and they were looking, and they didn't know what to do. The girls were fucking terrified. The guys were like all fucking superstitious. They all went fucking superstitious, and I'm holding back. And then I go, because I needed help to keep this energy at bay from attacking the people. And the people were innocent. They're just moved into a house, and here they are, right? So as far as I knew, they were screaming for help, so I went to help them. Here I am holding back the energy in the spirit world, clear as day, just like you're watching this just like your daily normal life. That's how real this was. I'm in someone's apartment, astral traveling, holding this stuff, holding the energy back. Finally, it's hitting me hard. And the pounding on the pipe and the walls are going. It's like a fucking Slayer drum roll, okay? So I'm holding back this energy, and I go, I start getting a little freaked out. So I'm like, Christ, I'm being compromised. I'm freaking out. Help! I need some help. Crazy. He goes, what's the matter? And as he's coming towards me, he goes, what's the matter? And I go, there's this bad stuff. I'm like, there's this demon bad stuff attacking these Muslim people. And he came down and he grabbed me and he pulled me the fuck out of there. He didn't help. I'm like, what are you doing? There's a demon attacking these people. And he goes, are you out of your fucking mind? He goes, you're a fucking Christian. Don't interfere. I'm like, what? And he goes, they're Muslim. He goes, they're fucking Islam. I don't know if he said there is. He didn't say fuck. He wasn't angry. He just explained it. I was saying fuck. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? People need help. That's what we're doing. He's just holding his head and he goes, oh, Jesus Christ, Richard. He's like, oh, Jesus Christ, Richard. And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. This religion duality thing again. He goes, you don't understand the history. You don't get it. You don't get it. He goes, okay. When you're Christ, when you're a Christian, when you're like me, you don't do anything to them people down there. Now, they scream for help, you said, right? I go, yeah. Did they scream, Christ, help me? I go, no, they just asked for help. And he goes, until they ask for Christ, you don't do a goddamn thing. And he goes, even if you gotta watch them die, you stand there and watch them die, or you wait until they scream for Christ. They'll scream for whoever they gotta scream for to get help. But until they ask for Christ, you don't do nothing. And there are 1 million people out there who will help them. And I go, yeah, but they're all going to take advantage. He goes, that don't fucking concern me. He goes, we're fucking Christians. He goes, you don't fucking help them until they ask for Christ. And I'm like, and he was like in my face. He goes, if you would have helped them, if me and you would have helped them people, there would be a fucking shitstorm that would never end just because we helped them. And he goes, the Muslims and the Islam and all the other religions out there are victimized and they eat their own. And he goes, they eat their own. And once they finally decide they're sick of this, I mean lifetime after lifetime, after lifetime after lifetime, all these religions and all these things, they're going to get sick and tired of killing each other. And the soul's fucking going to finally wake up and seek Christ. That's when we take them. Until then, you do not do a goddamn thing. He goes, they're all owned. Shit's going on down there for a reason. You don't get involved until they ask Christ for help. And he goes, I am truly sorry, but that's the way it is. If we were to interfere with them right now, even if that demon was slowly killing them, you sit there and you watch it. You do not fucking help. Because them but dying by that demon, let's say all them ISIS people out there, all the terrorists out there that are blowing up the kids. Okay, if we were to interfere, that soul would never learn that being owned from birth, being Muslim, being controlled all the way until they're blown up. Mind control, whatever you call it, being owned by their God. And that's what their God is. They're killing their own. And every time a person, a soul, gets controlled and owned and kills itself or is finally sick of this repeated nihilism, I don't know if that's a word or not. I don't use it much. But anyway, repeated death. He goes, you don't fucking touch it. If we were to help, The entities, that ideology, that way, that demon that owns all the religion, being whatever religion it is, not just Muslims, any other fucking religion, the demon, he goes the demon, or the ideology that owns these people is going to retaliate against you. I can't deal with that right now. I'm still dealing with your head and a bunch of other things. He goes, and no one else knows the demon. Now, what you just did is you went and interfered with shit happening. I thought it was all compassion and love. But yeah, we got all that compassion and love. We got universal help. You could do everything you want. It's all peaceful and beautiful, isn't it? And I go, yeah. And he goes, you just damn near started a fucking war. Just by you interfering and helping. Out of that compassion and love. They don't want the compassion and love. They want drama. They want fear. They want hate. They want that. And until they fucking learn they've had enough of that, you don't fucking interfere with it. I'm like, okay. This is Christ talking to me. Level 3. You don't fucking interfere with it. And he's like, Jesus. He goes, you don't understand this shitstorm that you damn near created. Because you wanted to help a couple girls that are innocent and need help from a demon. He goes, you understand the demon, and you understand innocence, and you understand these girls are asking for help. And immediately you went to help. That's normal. But you don't understand the rest of it. The shitstorm you'll create between these two factions, Christianity and Muslim. There's two religions. He goes, dude, it's been going on since time began. He goes, you don't fucking interfere with the workings and the dealings. He goes, I'm sorry to say it, but this is what Christ said. He goes, that religion is a victim religion. The entity that controls that religion, they eat their own. Meaning, they enslave their own, they kill their own, all for this deity, but they blame it on everything else. They're a victim. It's a victim religion. He goes, you stay the fuck out of it. You do not fucking touch it until it's self-defense. And then you'll have the backing of fucking Christ himself. But you do not fucking voluntarily go in there to help. They got their own help. And it's just a cycle of fucking repeated. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. A cycle of insanity. He goes, you don't fuck with it. And he goes, that's with every religion. Every religion has its own, on your world, every religion has its own deity. Every religion has its own followers, its own energies. Don't fuck with it. Because all that shit is going to come right back on you. There's light and there's dark. And that dark's going to go right all over top of you. Because you decided out of the fucking sweetness of your heart to fucking help these girls against the fucking demon in the walls. You don't fuck with it. Now, I've always had a problem with, for me, I mean, it's such a fine line, okay? It's weird. I don't own any religion. He goes, yeah, I know. But you were always part of the Godhead. You were always part of God. You tried to follow that, right? I go, yeah. And it led you to me, right? And I go, yeah. And he goes, we're a part of that whole too. But we call ourselves Christians. The religions on the earth were made up from Christianity in the spirit world. I go, all the souls that are on earth learn from us, but the psychopaths, the control freaks, took what we offered and created their own mechanism of control, just like all the other religions. That's why everybody in Christianity sees Christianity as a mechanism, a religion to control. But we're not. He goes, it's totally different here, isn't it? And I'm going, yeah. I never see the mechanism of control. Like, I see the psyops, but they're always for the better. And he goes, exactly. He goes, all they gotta do is get sick of their way. When you're fucking sick of it, he goes, look, I go, I know. And this is what I do. When all the bad things that were controlling me said they were of God and everything, the day I learned, I chanted, I need Christ, I need Christ. I chanted, I need Christ. And I watched all the other entities that were around me that said they were all Christ and Jesus. As soon as I started chanting Jesus Christ in my body when I had a problem, I automatically watched all these entities that were around me calling themselves Jesus. I watched their reaction. Christ, Christ, Jesus Christ. And I watched how they reacted. And they all got angry with me. And he goes, there's your fucking answer. There's Christ, and then there's Jesus. And I go, yeah. And I go, that is how I found out the difference. Because an entity named Jesus Christ, or Jesus, an entity that came to me and said, I'm Jesus, I'm here to help you. As soon as I said Christ, he got mad. And he tried to play it off. But the more I kept saying it day after day, I noticed his reaction was more angry with me each time. And he goes, exactly. And then you figured it out that he was playing you, didn't you? And you knew, because you were here before, he goes, you knew innately, innately that anything reacts to anything that calls itself Jesus would react to the word Christ and get angry at you. There's no reason for it. There's no comprehensible reason for that, right? And I go, exactly. And he goes, so you knew right there that fucking thing that you were dealing with was bullshit. And I go, exactly. And that's how I knew he was fucking playing me. And he goes, exactly. And he goes, now, the same thing's going on with everybody, and you just walk in to help, and you create a fucking shitstorm that will fucking haunt you for years. You do not fuck with it, especially in your condition. I'm laying on a hospital bed, and they're pulling the fucking links out of me. All right? He goes, I know your heart's involved, and that's why I'm here to take care of you and smarten you up. Because you don't know everything. And he goes, this has been going on for fucking 50,000 fucking years, all right? Fucking 100,000 years. This has been going on. Don't we know? We fucking know. You do not fuck with it. Even just one stupid little innocent thing. You're trying to help someone from another religion, and a shitstorm of hell is going to come flying at you, and you can't fucking deal with it. And he goes, you can't deal with it. And we can't help you because you went in. You got to know the rules, so you don't fuck with it. I'm like, holy shit. And he goes, and when you're having a problem, when you're trying to help somebody, fighting a demon or whatever, and you're trying to help someone like you just did, you call for Christ. You call for me. Call for anyone. They'll come in, assess the situation, pull your ass out, or fucking actually help you, depending on what the situation is. But you got to know this shit like fucking clockwork. And this is what he's telling me. And I'm like, and I go, Jesus. I go, all I want to do is play with fucking trains. And he goes, I know, bro. He goes, this is what it is. And he goes, unless you're ready to deal with the outcome, and it ain't going to be good. And it's hard to make fucking peace. Because the other entity, he goes, the other entity will use that against you. You went in there in your innocence to help. The other god of that religion will come and say, oh, you're trying to take over. They'll use all these, they'll flip it. They'll flip the script. You're trying to take over these people. You placed the demon there so you could come and help. So you could be their savior and influence them. And he goes, it's just like fucking politics. It's just like the media in your world. He goes, it's just the same goddamn thing. They invert reality. They invert the truth and use it against you. And he goes, are you ready to go on trial? Are you ready to go on trial in their fucking world? To sit with them in front of their fucking judge? Are you ready for that? He goes, no. No one is. No one has to be subjected to a lie, to a bullshit religion, to the fucking demon that owns them all. He goes, the demon may be God in their eyes, but it's still a fucking demon. And they're eating their own. They're killing their own. They're enslaving their own. And every fucking soul that gets enslaved, that gets killed, that gets used and owned and dumped to shit will come to Christ and free itself. He goes, that's the way it is, especially on the earth. So we don't sit back. We just sit back and wait. Christ, help me. Then we all go help. As soon as you say the one word you got to say, Christ, help me. Help me, Christ. I'm sick of this fucking religion. Time for a change. We'll come down and we'll show them everything. And you can make a choice from there. The soul. The ego's a different world. You can live in hell. Personally, you can live in hell, or you can live in peace with Christ. When you're sick of it, give me a call. Basically, that's what Christ said. For me, I disown every religion, but I'm like universal, natural law, on the land, earth. I stay away from all the fucking earth gods. Never was part of it because I never understood it in my mind. But my soul was always dealing with ETs, and my brain was always dealing with ETs, so I was totally with the ETs, which are universal law, which is natural law, which is the way things are supposed to be. But we are so outside of that, wrapped up in the box under persecution from religion in our heads. Look, you got communism, fascism, fucking thisism, thatism. You got all these religions telling you what you got to be. You know why that is? Because they're trying to enslave you. They're trying to enslave the human race to keep you unaware of natural law. Our whole civilization on the earth can be run. All our souls can be run from within ourselves in natural law. That's the way it's supposed to be. The whole universe is set up to live by natural law and progress and evolve. But on earth, we got all these fake deities, all these ideologies, all these factions, all this stuff telling you what you got to be slaved. They never tell you the truth. They never tell you the truth about natural law. And here you sit with a gun in your hand waiting to fucking go nuts. Later, guys.